guys? We are back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to go ahead and take down Cell Max with no items with Cooler's team. Now, this definitely is a pretty tough run. This is just 100% completely built around Cooler. Cooler does all the damage, and then we just pray that the other units do not die, is essentially how we're going to do this. A couple of people have done this run. I saw Enerjack did get a no-item run done, and Ningen was able to get one done as well. Now, I saw that. I wanted to jump in, of course. More chances to show how good Cooler was. I want to take advantage of that. I also saw people were saying that, like, oh, in your Cooler Cell Max video, you made Cooler look bad. So I was like, all right, well... Sure. Let's change that up a little bit, right? Now, I tried a few different units here. In my first runs, I was actually using LR Golden Frieza. LR Golden Frieza actually can hold up well against Tech Cell Max. I mean, he can't take a super attack, of course, but like he's not completely unrunnable compared, because, you know, we know how hard this guy hits compared to, you know, most of the game. It's just, I did not find it too fruitful, because LR Golden Frieza does too much damage, and he's like double auto supering always. So it's just we evaporate the first two phases of Cell Max. Because if you guys take a look, for the LR Coolers here, I do not go for big time supers, right? At the starts of these fights, I am going for just like one key. I want to get a 12 key with the two LR Coolers, and I'm hoping they just do a barrage of normal attacks, right? The two LR Final Form Coolers, if they're able to get like 8 attacks in, at least to the point where they're able to do the Supernova, then they are able to tank Cell Max for double digits. That seems to be the cutoff I've noticed. I mean, obviously links matter, right? Like if we're, you know, next to Fat Janemba or Garlic Jr., you know, we have Big Bad Bosses and Thirst for Conquest and Metamorphosis, you know, some of these links activated, Cooler's defense will be better. But just to sort of like make y'all understand, Cooler is okay defensively against Cell Max, provided that he's, you know, about at the point where he could use the Supernova, right? Now, Berter and Jace, this is going to be a heavily nerfed version of Berter and Jace compared to, like, usually how they look in videos I've done. That's, of course, because they're rocking no links on this team. They are here for 2 reasons: to dodge and to give Cooler support. That's it. That's the only thing we're doing. And the 2 rotations I want to run is the 2 Coolers. I want AGL Golden Frieza on one rotation, and then I want Berter and Jace on the other. Because in terms of, like, living super attacks from Cell Max, depending upon the rotation, LR Cooler could... I don't know what the friend Cooler's link levels are. Mine can definitely live a super attack from Cell Max, but it's like a turn with Garlic Jr. on rotation, and Cooler, you know, does 4 12-key super attacks, right? But he can't... It's possible that mine can, right? Now, Broly can, but... we need good luck with Broly, right? The thing is, Broly, I think, is a lot better against a pure and hybrid Saiyan, right? Because you're getting the extra damage reduction, the extra crit chance, the extra attack, right? So, losing all of that does hurt. Like, Broly's able to get some damage reduction, you know, after he attacks, and then also is able to stack. But if we're not getting good luck with Broly's stacks, then it's just he's not really going to be able to tank, right? Like the thing is, Fat Janemba doesn't really tank well. Garlic Jr. doesn't really tank well. Like, none of these characters are really tanking well, right? Like, this run is more so about, like, Jason Berter dodge a super attack from Tech Cell Max. AGL Golden Frieza is able to eat a super attack from Cell Max. And then, like, the 2 LR Coolers blitz him in time is essentially what this run is. Now, AGL Golden Frieza takes, in a lot of the runs I was doing, he takes about 11,000 damage per normal. Certainly not unacceptable. And then AGL Golden Frieza, he takes about 180k damage from a super attack, right? 180k damage from a Cell Max super. That is not an issue whatsoever. So if you guys have noticed, again, look at these rotations, right? Every turn, I am intentionally trying to limit the LR Cooler's key as much as possible. Because if we just jump out here and we give Cooler max key turn 1 and max key against this phase, he will, you'll be on Tech Cell Max on turn 3. which is, for the most part, a death sentence. If you don't have, like, Vegeta and Trunks, right, if you're not, like, you know, got, like, healing characters and stuff like that, like, you'll end up dead if you end up on Tech Cell Max way too soon. Because Cell Max is still just hitting above, basically, what every single unit in the game is capable of tanking at this point, right? So we do want to keep that in mind. Tech Fat Janemba can be pretty solid in this run, depending upon the situation, right? You know, if he's able to get Metamorphosis and a bunch of these links activated with Cooler, both units are going to be doing a lot better. If you're able to get the damage reduction and the orbs for Janemba, you're looking good too. How do we look right here? No lock. Okay. So, the Supernova by Cooler is so essential to this run, right? The reason is because, remember the way it works is it destroys the first action that the enemy will take. Yeah, this is a crazy turn for Cooler. This is Cooler, like, nearly fully built up with Garlic Jr. and Jason Birder. We did nullify that right there. Now, occasionally, you know, this definitely took quite a few attempts. Occasionally, in between it, whatchamacallit, I had this sort of, like, bug or glitch activate where, you know, you nullify the boss doing nothing rather than actually, like, oh, does Cell Max just not, he just doesn't even super on this first turn. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely going to need some solid luck. Oh, you know what? No, actually, more likely than the fact that he just didn't super this turn, I bet you Cooler nullified it with the active skill. Yeah, I bet you that the Supernova, he nullified it. There's no way. It's so... I have found it to be so uncommon for this guy to not super attack on a turn. It almost... It's like AGL Broly, right? Because they're bosses that could double super, it just seems like it's almost never that the boss is not super attacking at least once per turn. So I'm going to bet that Cooler nullified that right at the start right there. Now, Garlic Jr. is not... Oh my god, okay. This is the win? Okay. Okay, well, AGL Golden Frieza locked in slot 3, of course, is very bad. I'm sure you all can figure that out. In Broly... Okay. Yeah, we're winning this off of the Supernova. Because I assume Cell Max doesn't super attack on this turn again, probably because Cooler nullified it. So I think on back-to-back turns right here, we actually probably nullified Cell Max's super, right? It just goes... I've been talking about how powerful that is. The fact that you could kill the first enemy action with Goku and Cooler's active skills, right? Because most often, if a boss is going to super attack, it is the very first attack, right? I have found, you know, throughout my experiences playing the game, it does seem like that is usually the most likely landing spot for a super attack from these bosses. And that's why, like, it's just crazy, like, right now. Occasionally, the boss, I guess, technically can have an action where they're doing nothing, and you can nullify that action. Oh, we got a 5 dodge with Broly. Interesting. Okay. There's our lucky charm right there. That sort of counteracts, right? AGL Golden Frieza gets locked off rotation with no attacks aimed at him, so we just countered him with the 5 dodge on Broly. I believe that is 5 dodge, too. I do show the builds at the end, but pretty sure that was just a 5 dodge Broly did right there. Again, that's... Well, I mean, I was going to say that's why you always give your characters a little bit of dodge, but Broly is int, so you're always going to give him dodge anyway. But, again, do not listen to people who say 3 dodge is worthless and blah, 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 blah. It is always very worth it. Cooler taking damage right here. A little bit disappointing. This is a 90% Cooler, but he had no links and no support, I guess, right? Like, with Golden Frieza, Cooler is only getting attack links, right? Strongest Clan of Space gives Ki. Universal Most Malevolent is only giving attack, right? So, these big defensive links Cooler has, Metamorphosis, Thirst for Conquest, and Big Bad Bosses, none of the 3 were active on that turn. I guess Cooler taking 26k. It was enough for us to, you know, get the dub, so that is good. What happens here? Do we dodge Cell's super attack? There's no way Cell is just, like, casually gonna, like, let us, like, you know, get the win without, like, going super crazy right here. What is he? Oh, okay. Nice 100. Oh, we do dodge the super. Okay. Yeah, Cell is crazy. This is a tough boss. I'm gonna be very curious to see. Are, like, Red Zone... I'm presuming we're gonna get a Red Zone Golden Frieza and a Red Zone Metal Cooler coming up. Are they gonna be tougher than this guy? It's possible, because right now, Red Zone Final Form Cooler and the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone, that Cooler, he's kind of like on par with like Bojack, Broly, Omega, right? So it's like, we're going to get more stages. Like, Cell Max might not even be the toughest fight anymore. Which is just, it's going to be crazy to think about. Now, I would say, I do like that they're giving us a lot of endgame content, but if they're going to go above even this fight right here, I would even agree that it's a bit too early to do that, right? Because we're only still building up characters who can, like, participate in this fight right here, right? Which the revived Carnival Goku is able to do as well. So, there we go. We got our boy Cell Max taken down. I was so terrified he was going to super attack right there. The tiniest sliver of health, and he would have super. That would have been hilarious. And then there, Janemba finishes it off. So, yep, there is Cell Max done with no items with the Cooler team. I think the next Cell Max video I'm going to do, I want to beat it with AGL Cell's team. I've been meaning to do it, but the Cooler and Goku hype, right? I've been focusing, all the videos I've been making have been on Cooler and Goku. I will get to going back to Cell Max too. There's still a bunch of characters I want to use in the Cell Max event, right? It's fun, right, when they drop super difficult content like this, but there we go. There is the Cell Max run done, no items with Cooler's team. I'll probably give it a try with Goku's team. I don't know if Goku can no item it with his team, because I don't think the characters are quite as good for this, but I'll give it a glance. I'll at least win with Goku's team against Cell Max, I think, but let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.